Assalamu alaikum, my beloved students, how are you? Hope you are well by the grace of Almighty Allah. Welcome to NIBS Home School. Here I am Lokman, assistant teacher of English, National Ideal English Varsity School, Deship. Now I am going to conduct an English class for the students of class 8. Our today's discussion topic is word change, part 2. In our last class, we talked about word change from assertive sentence, interrogative sentence and imperative sentence. We will talk today the rest of the part of our word change. So let's see our today's discussion. First of all, look at the word passive voice with optative sentence. You know that an optative sentence starts with may. An optative sentence starts with may. Okay. If I say may Allah bless you, then you can change it by following these rules. First of all, you have to write may. Just write first may. Okay, next write object will be subject. So take object from your active sentence. Your object is you. So write here as your subject may you. Then our rules and structure says that you need to write here be. So write here be. May you be. Then write verb in past participle form. So what's verb here? Bless. Bless is verb. So write in past participle form. B-L-E-S-S-E-D. May you be blessed. It's L. I'm sorry. May you be blessed. Then write preposition by. Preposition by. Finally, take your subject as in objective form. Allah. Okay, it's done. May you be blessed by Allah. This is optative sentence and this is the passive form and is active form. So to change your passive active from active to passive in your optative sentence, you should follow this structure. First of all, write may, then object will be subject, and then be, then write past participle form of verb, and then preposition be by, finally write subject as in objective form. Okay, next go to second example. May Allah save Bangladesh. May Allah save Bangladesh from coronavirus. So answer is given here. This is active voice. Now first of all write may. I have written here may. Then take object. Object is Bangladesh here. So take object as your subjective form. So may Bangladesh. Then write be. May Bangladesh be. Then write verb in a past participle form. May Bangladesh be saved. Preposition by and then subject Allah and the rest of the part of sentence. So may Bangladesh be saved by Allah from coronavirus. Okay, next go to next rules, passive voice of quasi-passive. My dear students, quasi-passive means which seems like passive though it's not passive. Okay, honey tastes sweet. My example is honey tastes sweet. You can do it in two ways. First of all, first write is totally different from others. Write first subject here, honey, then give auxiliary verb according to number, tense and person. Okay. As honey is singular in number and third person and it also present tense. So we have only three auxiliary verbs, am, is, are. So among these it should be is here. Honey is, next write verb in a past participle form. Honey is tasted sweet. Honey is tasted sweet. Or you can do it in another way. Follow my example. Honey is sweet when it is tasted. So you can write it in two ways. It's up to you which one you would like to prefer to use. Next one is the book looks new. It also another passive, quasi-passive. First of all write subject, the book, then write auxiliary verb, the book is, then write verb in past participle form, verb is look. So past participle form is looked, the book is looked, rest of the body new, the book is looked new. Okay, next one is passive voice of infinitive. Passive voice of infinitive. just you have to add extra be with your infinitive. Here is the example. I was to write a letter. I was to write a letter. What is infinitive? Infinitive is a form of verb. Before a verb, two preposition will be placed, and after two your verb should be in a present form. That is our infinitive. Okay, first of all, takes object as subject. A letter, object I have used here as subject of passive. A letter, then write auxiliary verb is given here, was, use this. A letter was, then the rest of the word, infinitive word to, then our rule says you have to add be, right here be. So a letter was to be, then verb past participle form, written, right, written. A letter was to be written by me. I will be in a objective form. Next one, I am going to buy a book. Again, I am going to buy a book. Your object is a book. I have written here a book. Then use auxiliary verb as is present continuous tense. Here was subject I takes auxiliary verb am, but here is subject a book is third person singular number, but we can't use here am, we should use here is. So a book is, next going to, then be, right be, going to be bought by me. Okay. Next one is passive voice of present participle. What is present participle? Whenever we add ing form with our main form of verb, then it is known as present participle. If I say play, then add ing, playing. If I say go, use ing, going. These are the present participle. Let's see. We found the girl dancing. What is present participle here? Dancing. Dancing is our present participle. So write first, the girl is object here. The object is the girl. I have written here the girl. Then write auxiliary verb as it our past indefinite tense. So our auxiliary verb is only to, was and where. So we can write here was because the girl is singular in number. That's why was should be here. The girl was, then verb past participle form, found. The girl was found how? Dancing. Last of the word, dancing, present participle. This is or additional word. You can use or not, it's up to you, but sentence would be correct. If you don't use, then your sentence is correct. If you use, it also correct. Okay, next one, passive bias of one should. If the type of word is given in your active bias, how will you change into passive? One should, my example is, one should obey one's teachers. It's very easy. Just omit one and once. This omit these two and follow the basic structure of passive, then your sentence will be okay. So write first of teachers, object, write first object, teachers, then write auxiliary verb, modal auxiliary should. We came to learn from our previous class that if there is any modal auxiliary in our active bias, then we have to add be with our modal auxiliary. Which be? B and E. B. So teacher should be, then write only the rest of the part. Word is verb, verb should be in a past participle form. Okay, it's done. Teachers should be obeyed. Next one, passive voice of some sentences with some other preposition without by. Suppose there are lots of words where you use in almost all cases you use preposition by in our passive form, but there are few cases you can't use by. If you use there by, then your sentence will be wrong. Suppose non, K-N-O-W-N, non is a word. You can't use here by. It's wrong. With non, you have to use to. Suppose another word is satisfied. Satisfied. With satisfied, we can use two preposition, satisfied with or satisfied at. We can't use here satisfied by. Okay, let's see some examples. A student pleased the teacher. A student pleased the teacher. The word is pleased here. We can't use by with this word. So let's see answer. First of all, write the subject, the teacher, object. Here is using as subject. The teacher, then write auxiliary verb according to tense. As it past tense, we can write here was, and third person singular number. The teacher was, then write verb in a past participle form. The teacher was pleased. Now is your turn. You can write with, because it denotes a person. The teacher was pleased with a student. A student. Okay. The teacher was pleased with a student. Next one, their good manners satisfied the teachers. Again, their good manners satisfied the teachers. Write first object as your subject. The teachers, then write auxiliary verb according to tense, number and person. As your subject is in a plural form, so we can't use was, we have to write here were. The teachers were satisfied, verb is in a past participle form. The teachers were satisfied. You need to write here at, because here it denotes a thing, not person. That's why the teachers were satisfied at their good manners. This good manners is not person, is not human being, it's a thing. That's why we should write here at. But in our previous sentence, a student is a human being. That's why we have to use here with rather than at. Okay. Next, go to active voice of sentence without object and agent. It's very interesting. You will find some sentence where there will be not given any subject or agent. I mean, who did it? There will be not given any doer of the action. In this case, how will you change? It's happened maximum time in our from passive to active. I have some agent and subjects for you. Here first one is someone, they, we, people, police, cyclone, storm, the government, etc. This agent, this subject can be in your active voice. First sentence, Bangla is spoken in Bangladesh. Just think about who speak Bangla in Bangladesh. Bangla is spoken in Bangladesh. Who speak Bangla in Bangladesh? American, Canadian? No. The Bangladeshi speak Bangla in Bangladesh. So we should write here the Bangladeshi people speak. The Bangladeshi people speak Bangla where? In Bangladesh. Okay, or you can write only people. People speak Bangla in Bangladesh. Both are correct. The Bangladeshi people speak Bangla in Bangladesh. Remember, to change from passive to active, you need to follow some basic structure. The structure is, first of all, you have to write subject. First of all, you have to write subject. Then, if there is given any auxiliary verb, just use them. But if it's not given, then follow main verb. Then main verb, then object. That is the basic structure of passive to active. Okay. Next one is, the man is called a liar. The man is called a liar. Who call? People. We can write here people. People can be agent here, people can be subject here. So people is it our present tense. In our passive to active, we can't write any auxiliary verb because it's provided, is supplied only for changing passive, but we are now doing active voice. That's why we can't use here any auxiliary verb here. People call the man a liar. Okay, next sentence. The criminal was arrested. How a criminal was arrested? Do you have any right to arrest a criminal? No, it's the duty of a police or administration. So the subject should be the police. The police arrested, use here direct verb. The police arrested the criminal. Here you can't use this auxiliary verb because this auxiliary verb is supplied here only for passive mode, but we are now doing active, passive to active. That's why we can't use here this auxiliary verb. But if it is given here like this, I have been invited by, I have been invited by my friends. But here is two auxiliary verb. One is have, another extra additional part is been. In this passive voice, now we will change into active. How will you do this? First of all, write down this object is your subject form, my friend. Then you have to write auxiliary verb because here is given auxiliary verb in your passive mode. But we can't use this been and by. Omit this two one. Been and by. Omit this two one because these two parts has been given here, used here only for the sake of changing passive mode. But now we are changing into active. That's why we can't use these two words. Then rest of the word you should follow. My friend, here have, we can't write here have because our previous subject is third person singular number. That's why we have to use here has. My friend has invited me. It's done. My friend has invited me. You can't write by, you can't write been. This is the passive to active. Okay, we are at the end of our today's class. Now I will provide some HW for you. Please look at the board. This is HW number 4 and lecture number 5. My first example is my pocket has been picked. It should be active. Change it into active form. My pocket has been picked. Just think about who can pick your pocket. Who can take your money back? Who can steal the money? Just think about who can be the agent, who can be the subject here. Okay, next one, people use computer widely. People use computer widely. This is in active mode. Now you have to change it into passive mode. The lion is called the king of beasts. The lion is called the king of beasts. Who called the lion as king of beasts? Just think about what can be the agent. Next one should spend one's time properly. I have told in my today's class, one if it's used one or once. One should and once, then just omit these two words, then follow the rest of the part. Last one, the moon looks lovely. How does look? The moon looks lovely. This is the last one. So I hope you have already understood our today's discussion. We have completed our transformation of sentence, how to change sentence from assertive to interrogative, imperative to exclamatory, and the voice change also. That was our last topic. We have already completed our all types of changing sentence. So keep practicing at home, stay well, listen to your parents and submit this HW next Sunday. See you soon. Allah Hafiz.